players and the manager. That's fantastic stuff.
Hello again, welcome back to the channel. My name's Allied for Set Play Gaming. This is the FIFA 23 Stevenage career mode. It's the Road to Glory with Aidy Boothroyd, and it's Season 3, Episode 67. We are deep into October, and we have some injury news. You may have seen this in the last episode, but I just wanted to go back over it again. Ryan Hardy, our star striker, is out injured for 4 weeks, and he has a hyperextended knee. We're going to be relying somewhat on the old guard to try and pull us through until he comes back. Now, Sam Tanubu, the prospect defensive midfielder, has agreed to move to IFK Varnamo. Not sure where exactly that is. It sounds Norwegian. If you know, please put it in the comments. He's played 5 games for us this year and an average rating of 6.2. He's reached that point where he should be better, and so we're going to just ship him out and wish him well on his future endeavours. Coming up in today's episode, we play Fleetwood Town away on the Wednesday. We have a weekend game against Birmingham City at home. They've been relegated from the Championship. And then the following week, we play Rotherham to finish the episode, and that finishes off October. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first game of today, a midweek match against Fleetwood Town. And we are away, so we're visiting the Highbury Stadium. And these are a good team, but 10 minutes in, Lautaro Marcos Spats booked for the foul on Norris, and then 5 minutes later, Josh Earl booked for this lunging tackle on James Wilden. This team is a very physical team, and usually we can impose our physicality. We didn't get our run of the mill in this one. The opening 30 minutes, Callum Morton, who's quite tricky, managed to get into the box but scoops his shot over. And then a few minutes later, you'll see Brendan Wiradu. He makes a turn here away from his marker, plays it in, and Morton with a low shot, blocked by Drysdale. Some great piece of defending there. And then a minute later, they pressure Sweeney, I think it is. Morton goes through, and Anderson comes out, makes a fantastic stop to deny the opening goal. And then 3 minutes later, we get cleared down this right-hand side. James Wilden always offering the overlap. Norris with a low shot, and it's pushed wide by Rodrigo Morenigo to keep the scores at 0-0. You expect always that Norris is going to hit the target. From the corner, it's swung out, and Wiradu collides with Kinsella, and Kinsella stays down after that aerial collision. We go in at the break, and it's 0-0 at half-time. Lots of endeavour from us, but I'm going to be honest, these look very, very strong, and if we can get a point out of them, I thought that would be a good result. Not that I always go looking for nil-nillers. On 54 minutes, Batty gets clear into the box, and he runs onto a through pass. You'll see here, he just didn't get enough curl on it. And then a few minutes later, Brendan Wiradu gets a lucky deflection there. Maceo plays him in, and Wiradu's low shot, he should have gone for the other corner there, but Anderson makes the near post save to keep it at 0-0. I'd like to think that our team is one of the stronger sides in League One this year, but these guys really gave us a good physical battle. And then with a few minutes to go, Morton plays in Spats with a late run into the box, and it's pushed wide. Thankfully, he's not a good finisher.
And a good take under duress there.
And then a minute left to go. A through ball for William Velasco on the overlap. He gets clear of Borthwick Jackson, and he has to shoot across goal, and Anderson gets across to tip it wide. At this point, with a minute left to go, I'm thinking, let's just get out of here with a clean sheet and a point. I think that's going to be a good result. Corner swung in, and it's Rooney's header, and a good save by Anderson. I must admit, this is one of those occasions this year where we can honestly say we did well in capturing Anderson, because he's the one that single-handedly got us a point out of this result. And I know, like I said before, it doesn't make for very good viewing for, from a YouTube perspective, but, playing career mode and trying to keep it realistic, I think, all things considered, this can be seen as a positive result, especially against a strong side like Fleetwood. On to game 2. Alright, so not good news for Liam Kinsella. Suffered a hyperextended knee injury. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. We do have options in midfield. Jake Taylor, Jake Reeves. Maybe one of the prospects will come in and play a few games. But thankfully, it is only 4 weeks and he'll be back. So we wish him speedy recovery. We get on with the next game. We take on Birmingham at home. Alright, taking on Birmingham City in this second game, and with Hardy injured and Kinsella now joining him on the treatment table, we need to score some goals, and we didn't manage to do it in the first game, so hopefully we do it here. And 19 minutes in, Leko turns Piergianni and runs clear on goal. You can see here 19 minutes, and he fires that in past Anderson. Not a good start for us as we host Birmingham. Keep in mind these guys were relegated from the Championship last year. Now Leko opens the scoring, much to Boothroyd's disappointment. But we're not going to let that affect us. We've got to try and stay in the game. Campbell gets the ball here, Therese Campbell, and it's a low near post shot turned away by Anderson on 25 minutes to prevent it being 2-0. It's a good save. And then on 35 minutes, you'll see Taylor gets the ball. It's overrun by Linter. Gilby stabs it into Norris, and Norris's shot blocked. Brooks with the follow-up, but G-Cock saves at the near post. And then 5 minutes to go before half-time. Great win of the ball there by Murdoch. Murdoch gets it into midfield. And so laid off to Taylor. Taylor gets it, and then he's crunched from the side by Joe Bellingham. And Bellingham sent off for that tackle. Up until this point, we were finding it very hard to create chances, and Birmingham pretty much had control of the game. So a really bad sending off for them. So we go in at the break. We are 1-0 down, but we have an extra man for at least 45 minutes. Can we make it count? And we go in to the second half. You see Gilby into Norris. And then Norris is going to get on the turn. G-Cock makes a stop to push that wide out for a corner. And from the resulting corner, it's swung in and Norris heads the ball in. It's 1-1. And of course, with that man advantage, we want to make sure we press home that advantage. The main important thing now from this point is that we win the game. And then on 52 minutes, of course, Oliver Hawkins comes on, and it's time for some aerial bombardment. We've seen that they are now vulnerable to that aerial battle, so we bring on Hawkins, and so begins the aerial bombardment. Nichols out wide to Murdoch. Murdoch, he's going to pick out the back post, and look at this. Instant impact within 5 minutes. Hawkins has scored to put us 2-1 up. This guy is absolutely inevitable. I think Tom mentioned it back on the Season 2 squad report. He said, the only thing I'm surprised by is that this guy doesn't score more goals. But he just allows us to play more direct, so he's more of an option off the bench than a true starter all the time. Makes you wonder how many goals he would get if he started every game. That'd be kind of frightening. And then from 65 minutes, the ball swung in, and it's another header from Hawkins. I mean, at this point, it really is a cheat code. A great delivery. I mean, any sort of defender that you're going to put up against him, it's just a mismatch. So he makes it 3-1, and then in stoppage time, Taylor wins the ball back. And here's Dowda and Dree taking on Saavedra, makes an absolute mug of him. Gets inside the box, drags another defender out, and then Hoskins applies the finish. Thank you very much. That's 2 assists and a goal for Hoskins in this game. And Dree setting him up this time as he went more centrally. It's a great finish. So the final score here, 4 goals to 1. Oliver Hawkins off the bench to be very influential. And maybe this is the kind of build-up that we needed with Hardy out. Maybe we just need to put all our eggs in one basket and put Hawkins up top for the time being. That's a fantastic result. Alright, so we're into the third game of the episode, the final game of October. We are away at Rotherham United in New York Stadium. And looking for extra points, you can see on the left-hand side there, it's very, very close at the top of the table with us and Ipswich. And 6 minutes in, Hoskins wins the ball, takes it around Vickers, but then McCart comes back and intercepts for a corner before he can actually get a shot off goal. So close to open the scoring. And then from the resulting corner, I think it's Gilby who wins the knockdown, and Taylor's low shot pushed away again for another corner. It's rare actually that I win the header and it's knocked down. It's usually a header with an attempt at goal, or I just don't win the header at all. So that was kind of interesting to see. And then 13 minutes in, Eves plays a through ball for Kayode, and Joshua Kayode fires wide. You see from the replay, he actually makes good contact on it. It's actually a controlled finish. It's just not accurate enough. And then 20 minutes in, Ben Wiles is going to come back to him, and his low shot driven past the post. I think Anderson knew that that was going wide from the captain. And then a few minutes later, Norris plays in Gilby, and Gilby's low finish into the bottom corner. He runs away celebrating, but the referee's assistant has his flag up for offside. I thought we'd open the score in there. You see from this replay, it's ever so tight. It's literally like a toe, I think. And then before half-time, we'll see Gilby here. A great run from Gilby, a solo effort. Outslides Vickers to make the save. And then into stoppage time, Rotherham come back at us. They do have some good players. Ball to Ogbeni on the right, and his low cross finds Kayode, whose shot is better this time at the near post. But Anderson there to save the day and make the stop to keep it 0-0. So we go in at half-time. It is 0-0, looking for, obviously, the opening goal. Having scored an offside goal, we're going to try and make this next one count. Ben Wiles then tricks Gilby, plays it in. Eves on the turn, hits the post after beating Anderson. That was almost an opening goal for the hosts. And then with 20 minutes to go, Bramall's low cross finds Kayode, and then he crosses it in. It's cleared away by Piergianni. And then Anderson has to punch the ball away after Eves challenges him. Caused some confusion there, but we managed to survive. 10 minutes to go. It's played into Martinkus, who brings the ball down, rides a second challenge, hits a shot, and it's parried away by Vickers out for a corner. The prospect forcing Vickers into action there after skipping through those challenges. It was a good effort by the youngster.
2 minutes on the board.
And then deep into stoppage time, you'll see Edun gets past Agumbo. He's going to play this in. And then it's come back from Kelly. And Kayode volleys it in. I thought they'd scored the winner here. But luckily, this time round, it's Rotherham who are offside. So the referee, the same referee assistant, had his flag up again. You'll see as he comes in and wins the ball from the defender, Kelly is offside. So, another draw and another clean sheet. Another game in which we failed to score without Hardy playing. Definitely food for thought as we move forward into the season. Let me know what you think in the comments, but all in all, I think, considering we're undefeated in this patch, it's good. So, before I leave you, we're going to check the EFL League One standings at the end of October. We are top of the league, only one defeat. That is formidable work by the players. 4 points clear of Wigan, who are second, Ipswich in third, Barnsley in fourth, Wickham in fifth. Fleetwood make up the playoffs, and Blackpool and Bolton just outside of those, dropping into mid-table Exeter, Plymouth and Derby. Bristol Rovers, who are newly promoted, Shrewsbury, MK Dons, Colchester and Stockport down there in 16th, not doing so well. And then dropping into the bottom half of the table, Lincoln City and newly relegated Birmingham City from the Championship are in the bottom half, as well as Rotherham, a surprise to see them there, Oxford United, and the bottom four, Forest Green, Salford, Burton and Bradford. Alright lads, thanks a lot for watching today. If you're enjoying the series, consider watching more content by clicking on the playlist available at the end of this video. Why not consider subscribing to support me on the channel as well? I'll see you guys back here on Friday with episode 68. We face Exeter City, Derby County and Colchester United in more EFL League 1 action. This is our lad for Set Play Gaming. See you guys real soon.